This ongoing developments. Let's move on quickly. The report of looting of sensitive documents relating to the corruption cases filed by the Kano State government against the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Abdulahi Ganduje, is eliciting mixed reactions. The APC national chairman has described the alleged looting of the sensitive documents relating to the corruption cases filed against him as comical and baseless. Ganduje noted that the allegations which offends the sensibility of Nigerians are attempts by the state government to divert the attention of the federal government from investigating and prosecuting the masterminds of the hunger protest that became violent in Kano. He maintained that the sponsors of the violence must be brought to justice to serve as deterrent to others. Sikian, let me allow you to start this one.
Well, it's very funny the way we do things in Nigeria. And most often than not, I always say that at times the way we do things in Nigeria, it reminds me of Charlie Boy Show. If you remember Charlie Boy Show, on Charlie Boy Show, anything can happen. You cannot just predict what will happen in the next edition, and that is what is happening in Nigeria. Because this accusation and counter-accusation by the government of Kano State and the chairman of APC, national chairman, is neither here nor there. For me, and this raises fundamental issues. And that's why I will always commend the government of Lagos State, starting from the time of Governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu, now president. So I still refer to me as governor, former governor. One of the fundamental revolutions he did in Lagos State was the digitalization of the Lagos judiciary system and the courts. Part of the problem with the red law, and that's why I never pray in my life to be a judge in Nigeria. And it's not that because I don't want to, but because becoming a judge in Nigeria is so rigorous and this thing to do. You go to courts, so many courts in Nigeria, and you see a case going on. Do you know that the judge will write down every single word of what you say? In 2024. Some senior advocates of Nigeria will hold you to about 3-4 hours arguing a case, and the judge is expected to put down everything in handwriting. Where in the world is that done? At the end of it all, he also writes his judgment, and so he has to collate everything. But what happened in Lagos that most of the courts were digitalized. Court cases, court files, everything has been stored within the system. You know, that at the click of a button, you can always follow up. Now, where am I going to? We are talking about files. Oh, the file that was being used to prosecute them has been stolen. It was taken away. It was burnt. It was looted. If those documents, all those we are digitalized, there will always be a backup within the system. So all you just need to, you don't even need a file. In most jurisdictions, people don't carry files again. It's in the digital world. All you do, with the click of a computer, all the information you need, if you understand what I'm trying to say, it will come out. So this issue of, oh, they've stolen the file, what are we not saying? Is the government saying, the government, the Kano State saying that, okay, with that, so the case is gone forever. And the man has come out to say, I have nothing to do with it. How can you accuse me of this thing? So that is why I think that this brings a lot of problems. And it also goes back to our judicial system. And this is where I think the new CJN, who is coming in, Justice Kekereekun, has a lot to do. The Ministry of Justice, federal and state, have a lot to do. The AGF have a lot to do. And that will also be saying that there should be a separation of office between the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister for Justice or Commissioner of Justice in the states. We need to make sure that all our courts are digitalized so that this is fundamental issues does not raise its head again. It's shameful. So, okay, apart from that so all other criminals also, they are probably in the prison and other cases where those files have been destroyed or burnt. What happened to those cases? Are we dismissing them? Or are they starting over? This is quite unfortunate. That's my personal opinion about this issue.
All right, gentlemen. Bikil, all right, let me go to Bikil. Let me have you react to this.
You see, since this shameful protests happened in Kano, it's not even protest, it's looting. Because we make a mistake of calling looters protesters. I don't want to be found making that mistake or saying a nationwide protest when more than a quarter of our country did not protest. So it's not nationwide in nature. The whole of the Southeast, no protest. More than a quarter of our country, states in our country, more than a quarter of those states didn't protest. So it's not nationwide. I like a TV station that called it August protest. That's captioning it the right way. So as journalists, we have to know what we are doing. When that protest happened, the governor was one of the people who said, oh, let protests happen, he will be ready to receive protesters. If not for the police, they will have overrun the government house. They went there. It was the police that pushed them back. They were keen on looting the government house. The supermarkets, the business premises along the road to the government house were looted to the ground. Now, some elements within the state government have been trying to blame Abdulahi Ganduje, the new DG of National Productivity Center, one of the big mobilizers among politicians in Kano. They've been trying to blame him for the protests. You know? On the side of the APC too, they too have been blaming the governor that, were you not the one encouraging them protests? Can you see what has happened now? When that protest happened, I talked about the extent of looting. These boys went to the Kano State High Court, the headquarters. They looted anything on site, including money that were taken from kidnappers, taken as exhibit from kidnappers. They looted everything. Okay. Weapons that were recovered from kidnappers, they also looted.
All right, Vicky, let me pause you for a moment while we take a commercial break. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Journalist Hangout on Sunday, and I've been hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Chris Kende Wando. Vicky, before we went to that break, you were making a point about the aftermath of the looting that happened in Kano State.
Yes. And I said that exhibits recovered from kidnapped suspects were looted in the attack on the judiciary complex, the courtrooms. So, naturally, if they ransacked everywhere, destroyed whatever they can lay their hands on, I won't be surprised to realize that some documents that they had in respect of the Ganduje case had been looted. But I can see what the Kano State government officials are trying to do. Which is? The propagandists in that government are trying to blame Ganduje and his people for the looting. They are trying to say, okay, you have been attacking us, that we encourage protests, and protests led to wanton looting. Okay, the files in respect of your case are missing, meaning that you must have engineered the theft of those documents. How about other things that were looted in the judiciary complex? Because these boys simply went there trying to lay their hands on anything they can find. They also partly looted the Adubako Secretariat in Kano. The Adubako Secretariat is like the state secretariat. They just named it after one of their first generation governors. So these were people who were looting even mosque. They looted mosque, carted away rugs.
Yeah, there were videos.
So was it also Ganduje that arranged the looting of mosque and other places? You see, you can say all you like about a man, but in a situation that we found ourselves, whereby these boys were simply running riots, they attacked the court premises, anything could have been stolen, anything could have been destroyed. And in any case, just as he said, if you decided to digitize your processes,
it won't be
those things
conversation
will have been saved in the cloud. So if you like, go and steal the physical documents, you will still have the documents with which you can continue the prosecution. I know that in terms of exhibits, direct exhibits taken from criminals who are on trial, you will not be able to do anything about that. The money that they recovered from kidnappers, another exhibits, including guns and all that they took away, there's nothing anyone can do about that. But you can't tell me that you did not have multiple copies of the papers, of the court papers of, in respect of the trial of...
Babike, what does this say about Kano political class and the impact of all of this back and forth on
many people in Kano today, let me tell you, many people in Kano will be happy to dispense with the two big men in Kano politics, Kwankwaso and Ganduje, because the people are tired. The people want peace. And they are blaming two individuals for the fact that there is no peace.
Will there be an end to this tussle?
They've chosen not to forgive one another. I said at that time that it will never happen.
Yes, I remember.
People can see that they can't work together. You know, so it's unfortunate the way everything gets politicized between these two contending groups. If not, somebody was made DG, you are now accusing him of arranging for people to flood the streets and loot in the name of protest. I know that you cannot, that kind of you can't sustain that kind of argument that, oh, he's the one who, they are just, you know, blaming one another. There is a contestation between them for who can come up with the best allegation against another person in respect of this protest and or looting. And now the Ganduje group is saying, oh, it's because they know federal government is investigating what happened. They are trying to divert attention. The good thing is more than 1,000 people who protested are being tried. Who protested in inverted commas, they actually went to loot. They are being tried. So let the trial go on. And I know that some of them have returned some of the things that they stole, but they still have to be taught.
Investigated, absolutely. All right, gentlemen, let's move on to